Okay, so here we go. Moving on. Corrupt 5465 said, please check out This Mess We're In by Tom and PJ Harvey and Rabbit in Your Headlights by Tom and UNKLE. I absolutely love those tracks. His voice really shines a different light in his side projects. So yeah, you got me interested in this. So the first thing I have set up here is Rabbit in Your Headlights. And I took a quick look, and there was a video with kind of talking in it. But then I found one that just seems to just have the music in it. So that's the one I'm going to react to right now. So here we go. Rabbit in Your Headlights.
I'm a rabbit in your headlights, scared of the spotlight. You don't come to visit, I'm stuck in this bed. Thin rubber gloves, she laughs when she's crying. She cries when she's laughing. Fat bloody fingers are sucking your soul away. Down the toilet, money to burn. Fat bloody fingers are sucking your soul away.
If you're frightened of dying and you're holding on, you'll see devils tearing your life away. But if you've made your peace, then the devils are really angels, freeing you from the earth. From the earth. From the earth.
White worms on the underground, caught between stations, butterfingers. I'm losing my patience. I'm a rabbit
That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. I got the lyrics up here, and I'm trying to figure out I'm going to need your help on this one. Again, I don't know if there's a literal meaning behind this, whether, and I'm assuming Thom wrote the lyrics, maybe not, but I'm wondering if there's, a specific thing behind these lyrics, a situation. I find a lot of the Radiohead stuff, I get a kind of a glimpse as to what they're after, and then someone will make a comment like, "Oh, well, it's because this happened, politically and whatever," and that kind of gives you the idea of, oh, okay, now it all kind of makes sense. So I'm looking at this. I'm a rabbit in head. Of course, we all know what that being a rabbit in headlights, kind of what it means. Scared of the spotlight, don't come to visit. I'm stuck in this bed. Thin rubber gloves. She laughs when she's crying. She cries when she's laughing. Fat bloody fingers are sucking your soul away. I'm a rabbit in your headlights. Christian suburbanite. Wash down the toilet, money to burn. So you guys got to help me with this. In the middle section here, if you're frightened of dying and you're holding on, you see devils tearing your life away. But if you've made peace, then the devils are really angels freeing you from the earth. If that's kind of what this whole thing is about, maybe, I don't know. The music was interesting. I like the that sound of that would be right. Then sounded like that thing. But this is very interesting. Interesting. I've heard that used a lot of different ways. That particular technique. There's songs that use it where it's going down chromatically, but in this case, it just moves down once chromatically to give it that sound, which that kind of diminished sound. But in other situations, I've heard it go. And that gives it a whole different flavor, and that is almost kind of cliche. So that's what's cool about this, is that we have this saying, oh, here's where we're going, and then this saying, no, we're not going there. We're not using that old cliched line. We're doing something original with it. So I like that a lot. I think that's really cool. And then there was a spot where it sounded like it was going, I'm not sure. Now, it wasn't an F sharp minor. Maybe those were parallel voicings there. Towards the end, there was that kind of a sound there. It was kind of like an E and a C sharp. Maybe it was a little before this section. Yeah, I think it was a little before this section. I think there was... There it is. I'm like, it's hard to hear because the bass was doing some kind of downward sloping line. I couldn't, it was interesting. It was interesting. I couldn't really catch it. So, kind of a sound like that, a contrasting section with that doom 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 doom, that thing going down in the bass. Really, really interesting stuff. I don't know anything about UNKLE. Is it a collaboration? Is it a band? So you guys gonna help me out. That KLE, right? UNKLE. So, it is a British musical outfit founded in 1992 by James Lavelle, originally categorized as trip hop. The group once included producer DJ Shadow and have employed a variety of guest artists and producers. Cool. So first incarnation, 1992. Then I see second incarnation, 99. Third incarnation, 2000 to 2007. Fourth incarnation, 2008 to present. So it looks like this is a project that's still going on. Interesting. I'd like to hear some more of this. This is definitely interesting. And, I enjoy hearing stuff that challenges my ear a little bit. That's why sometimes people will ask me, what do you listen to? And I can't listen like to the radio. I can't listen, and I have Sirius in my car. And all the stations, most of the stations just bore me because it's the same old. Today I put the 60s station on. And I never listened to it before, but I turned it on and I heard every song that brought me back to being in grade school and middle school. It reminded me of every girl I had a crush on. It reminded me of everything I did back then. It's amazing how music has that power to bring you back to that time. So it's just such a powerful medium. So other than that, I did that just for fun. That was pure nostalgia, just pure pleasure of listening. But other than that, if I'm listening to music, we have a local rock station over here, and I've always made the joke for years is that every time I turn it on, they're playing Freebird, or they're playing Bad to the Bone, George Thorogood. Look, those are fine songs. I get it, but I can't hear them. You play them every day. You play the same crapola every single day. So I want to hear something that challenges my ear a little bit, something that, makes my ears perk up and I go, what was that? That's really cool. I like that, On that note, I just went, as I was looking for things to do today, I went and listened to one of the newer John Anderson things with the Band Geeks. And I was like, I was a huge Yes freak back in the day. And I had a band where I had the electric sitar up on the stand and I could go do the Steve Howe things for when we did stuff like in You and I and, anything that required that Siberian Couture. And I was a little worried about am I gonna like this? So it was John Anderson and the Band Geeks, and I listened to the song and I was gonna do a reaction to it. As a matter of fact, I started doing a reaction to it, and I stopped because I felt like it's just not challenging me the way Yes did in the beginning because they were so different and so new. And it was just amazing to listen to. And I felt like they were just kind of rehashing what they normally do. And I mean, that's well and good. It was a nice song. I would listen to it again. But it didn't intrigue me. So there was nothing about it that really stood out. I'll listen to some more stuff, and I'm sure I'm going to find something that I really, really like. But I guess my point is that when I listen to something, I want to learn something. I want to be surprised. I want to learn something. So it's a little bit different way of listening than the average person would listen to because they're just looking for an emotional reaction to the music. I kind of want more than that. I also kind of want to be challenged a little bit. So anyway, I like this. This kind of does that for me. So I want to hear a little more of this stuff. UNKLE. And there was another song that I'll get to at some point that was This Mess We're In. Maybe I'll get to that today. We'll see. I also have something here. Somebody else, Normus My Wingman, said, I think you might enjoy the Stone Roses 2 albums. They're classified as a Manchester movement band. Ian Brown is making some great new music now. Like Tom in a way, but different kind of talent. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get to that too. So let's see if I can get to some more of this stuff today. If not, I'm going to try to do a couple during the week and post them as well. And then I'll be going down this list and seeing what else you guys are talking about down here, and see if we can get to some of those during the week. Anyway, that's about it for now. I see you guys. Oh, and by the way, if you did go down chromatically with that, it just reminded me of Severance. I'm hearing the Severance theme. Right? So that's where that line goes down all the way chromatically. Right? There's some line like that. Something like that. I don't know. I gotta listen to it again. I don't remember it. Anyway, so that's pretty cool, guys. Let's see what I can get to after this. See you in a bit.